All right. Well, thank you for joining. Today we are joined by Michelle Lovatt with Richmond Region Tourism. Michelle, thanks for joining us. We're excited to have you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So if you could tell us a little bit about RRT and your role, that would be great.
Well, Richmond Region Tourism is the destination marketing organization for the region. Basically, we're a primary marketing arm for the region. We welcome meeting planners, tournament organizers, tour operators, travel media, and of course, leisure travelers to the area. We're a nonprofit organization, and we are funded by the counties of Chesterfield, Hanover, Henrico, New Kent, Powhatan, the town of Ashland, and the city of Richmond. And we operate 4 visitor centers in the region, and we employ about 50 people. I'm the vice president of administration, and I've been with the company for over 31 years. I'm
Wow.
responsible for HR, administrative things for the organization.
So RRT is the organization that brings all the cool festivals to town and like the bikes and all that fun stuff.
Well, we bring a few festivals to town. We basically promote we promote all the things happening in the area. We don't plan festivals necessarily,
Right.
but we promote all events happening in our area.
Got it. Yeah. Well, Richmond's pretty cool, so you got a lot of fun stuff.
Thank
So not related to RRT, but just in general, how are you and your family doing with all of this?
Well, thank you for asking. We're fine. I'm married and we have a 6-month-old puppy. So I think the puppy is loving having me home every day. He's getting spoiled. My husband has mentioned a few times that I'm really cramping his style. He's self-employed, so he's been working from home for years. But he has told me recently he has a whole new appreciation for what I do at work now. I think it's made him realize, there's more to the tourism industry than what he thought I did all day.
Certainly. That's awesome. Having the puppy at home, that's kind of perfect, really, because you're kind of going through all of the training and all of the stuff that happens with puppies. So
Mhm.
I'm trying to convince my husband that now is the time to get a puppy, but he's not agreeing to it at all.
Oh, darn.
I know. I tease that I'm just going to have to find one and bring it home. um, so, what impact has the pandemic had to your operations? You know,
Well, we have 31 employees that are all working from home right now. It's really been an adjustment for sure. We had to close our visitor centers, and unfortunately, we furloughed about 15 part-time workers because of that.
mm,
But the remaining staff are working from home. We've really never done so many video conferences ever before now. It's really something new for us, and it's taken folks a little while to get in the groove with their work style. Most are um, really being more flexible with their hours than ever before. I can tell people are really productive really early in the morning. And of course, staff that have children, that is certainly something to factor in as they're teaching school and trying to keep up with their work. So it can be difficult. But as far as logistics go, I never thought I could work without a printer, but I'm going on my second month of working without a printer. I didn't have one before. I didn't go out and buy one, and it's doing great. So I'm saving all these trees.
nice.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think everyone's doing well.
Good, good. Yeah, with you all, you work with such high resolution stuff and such large files. I know that in working with you, I mean, there's large video files, large graphic files, so that the working from home is probably a completely different challenge because you can't save things locally on your computer. They have to be elsewhere.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, and I know that's been challenging. Can you comment at all around how from the Richmond Region Tourism's perspective, the pandemic has impacted the region in general? What are you seeing?
Yeah. Basically, it's been difficult. Hotels are closed, attractions are closed. Convention business has taken completely a halt. Conferences just stopped. So, our sales team has been busy trying to reach out to clients and reschedule, rebook. That's our motto. We don't want anybody to cancel, but to just plan, kick the can down the street a little and plan for the future and get everybody rescheduled. But it's crippled the tourism industry, but we do believe that as soon as we can open and get things going back up again, Richmond will be one of the first to come back online. We're a good drive destination, and we think that we'll bounce back.
Yeah, well, Richmond's such a cool city too, in that it's a city, but it still has that small town feel. And we've got so much good food. I hope that continues. We also about the restaurant industry certainly, but I really feel like Richmond will bounce back really pretty quickly as opposed to other areas for sure. So I'm glad you feel that way. As it relates to your team, have you had to take on any additional projects that you weren't planning for as part of all this?
Well, we have actually. In the industry of travel and tourism, it's really important for us to remain connected to the community that we serve. So one of the first things we did after this hit in March is we assisted the restaurants. It was amazing, all of a sudden when the restaurants had to close and they all were doing takeout, we produced several hundred signs that it would be a sign that a restaurant could hang in their window and to say that they were open for takeout, because so many restaurants might have an open sign on their door, but you drive by a restaurant and you weren't real sure, are they open, is anybody in there?
Right.
So we created these signs with our marketing tagline on them, and we actually delivered them to over 300 or 400 restaurants that were doing takeout. So our team was really busy doing that in the beginning weeks. Since then, our marketing team has done some really creative things on social media to get residents that live here and visitors who are interested in Richmond to do some fun things online. They created a trivia game that is out there that you can play of a virtual puzzle to put together, and when you build the puzzle, it's Richmond images. So they've done all kinds of really fun things to keep trying to talk about how cool Richmond is. While we know people aren't here visiting, you can still be looking at us online and interacting with us.
And planning for it, hopefully, in the future.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's great. I'm gonna have to get online and play with some of those. It's gonna be fun. So if you had a crystal ball and could have planned for this a year ago, is there anything you would have done different to prepare?
Well, that is such a great question. As you know, we have Office 365 and our employees all have laptops, so thank God for that. So our technology was really good to go. But in general, we weren't really allowing our employees to work from home on any kind of regular basis. So I would say that would have been something I would have changed and been more prepared to do that. We just basically sent our folks home and with just no notice at all. We said, take your things and go home, and we'll communicate with you from there. So a lot of people had to, kind of get an office set up. They didn't have an office chair. They didn't have a big monitor. So it really took us a little while to get into our groove. So it made us look at our crisis plan a little bit closer. We had engaged our crisis team and just, we were prepared, but if we had to do it all over again, I wish my folks had been more comfortable working from home and had the resources really at their fingertips.
Yeah. I think we're hearing that from a lot of folks. We're in the IT business, so we work from home a lot. That's just what we do. So it was fairly comfortable for us. But people that don't do that normally, I think it can be challenging because you just don't have the office setups
That's right.
And all of your files where you need them and kind of all of that. I do feel like you were in a pretty good shape from a technology perspective. So I'm glad you were able to just pick up and move things. That's fantastic. So is there any particular technology that has kind of been a game changer for you?
Well, that's funny. Before COVID-19 hit in March, I was in conversations with you guys at Synergy about using Teams. That was the one piece of Office 365 that we had not really engaged with. Well, so about a week into working from home, and we had Teams up and running, no problem. And we were all on it, and we had taken to it so well. So we've got a general organization channel. We've got an ideas channel, a webinar and information channel, a wellness channel. It's like my people just went to it immediately and embraced it. And, so Teams has been fabulous. Zoom, we did not have a corporate account for Zoom. We have found that just invaluable. So those two things I think have been just lifesavers.
Great. Good to hear that. So is there any message that you'd like to get out to the Richmond community? I mean, you guys are so good at communicating anyway. That's what you do. But anything that we can help get out there?
Well, we would love for everyone to visit us online at visitrichmondva.com. There is only one RVA, and this week happens to be National Travel and Tourism Week. So normally we have a huge celebration in the community, and we get hundreds of people to come out and help us celebrate. But now we're doing it virtually. We created a video, so look for that video on our channels, and it's on our website at visitrichmondva.com. Basically, the video is just to show the world that when it's time, we'll be open and ready for people to visit again. And we hope that anyone who watches this interview will find us there. And we just hope in the meantime that we want everyone to stay well, stay safe, and stay in touch with us.
Great message. Thank you. Well, thank you for taking the time to chat with me. It's great to see you.
It's good to see you too. I just wish it was in person and we could have a cup of coffee.
I know. Well, again, thank you very much.